Today it gives me great pleasure to introduce the ASC GT260 new generation floor scrubber. This is a machine that's been in the R&D department for many years. It's finally been released and we're pretty chuffed to have this as a new product launching for us. One of the unique things about the machine is the amount of features you get on the machine standard. So let's start with it. First thing is overhead guard is standard, driving lights down here, and as well as a blue light. So as I turn the machine on, so as you can see, you have driving lights, blue lights, as well as a blue light, and you have indicators. So it's incredible in the amount of safety that's put on the machine. The overhead guard clearly is very, very strong. It's very robust, and it'll protect any operator from any overhead things popping on the head in the event that that was ever to happen if you're scrubbing underneath racking. As we come around the outside of the machine, stock standard is an extendable scrub brush, which you'll see in a moment working. At the back here we have brushes, non-marking tyres, so these tyres will not mark the floor. They're a polyurethane tyre. At the back here we have a squeegee, which is rust resistant, aluminium, cast alloy. And at the back here we have stock standard a pressure washer gun as well as a vacuum wand, which is at the back here. Also we have here the blue lights, as you can see. Okay. When it comes to discharging the tank, it's very clear marking that you have a dirty water tank, a dirty water discharge, which just happens here. At the back here as well, we have two lights at the back, which actually aids in the operational and safety aspect of the machine. So we have a seat. Stock standard on the machine is a seat belt. In the event that you want a seat belt, we have armrests on the right and the left. And as I lift the seat up, we have our battery. This machine here is fitted with a lithium battery, a lithium ion, which will effectively give you a runtime of between 5 and 6 hours operation. These lithium ion comes in two power sources. One is 200 amp and the other one is 280 amp. So the 200 amp will run 5 hours, the 280 amp will run 6 hours. The only difference is on the larger battery, you have a smart charger, which will charge the machine within 3 operating hours, so from full discharge to full recharge, and allows double shift operation in the event that you have a large distribution or a car park where you really need to get maximum capacity out of the machine. In the event that you don't want a lithium ion battery pack, we have 6 volt batteries as an option, which is an AGM battery, which has an effective runtime of approximately 3 operating hours per charge. The thing about the stock standard batteries, be it lithium ion on 200 amp hour or the AGM, it has a 5 to 8 hour recharge time. And as I said, with a larger lithium ion battery, it has a recharge of 3 hour time. So pick your mark. Stock standard is lights down here, which allows you to see where you're at and where you are. And the machine also comes with optional tools in the event that you ever need it. To close this down, we simply have it. And down here, as I open this up, this is a cleaning basket in case I want to put any of my material there, but you can see the amount of battery pack that's in there. It's huge. The smaller the battery, the lighter the battery, the longer the runtime. That's the advantage of lithium. It's a very lightweight but powerful battery pack. If you go to an AGM, it's a very heavy battery pack, and that's where your loss on your productivity is in terms of running per shift. The other advantage of a lithium battery is that you can get upwards of 2,000 cycles out of a battery. AGM, by comparison, you're looking at 500 cycles. So effectively, you get 4 to 5 times the lifespan out of a lithium battery compared to an AGM battery. So on a cost per day basis, the lithium will always win. And that's just a reality of where modern machinery is going, including the new generation EV cars. Everything is lithium. The market is going down there. So the lighter the battery, the longer the runtime. And the other advantage is the new technology means that you get effectively 4 to 5 times the amount of cycles compared to a standard gel or lead acid battery. As I put this down, I simply close this and we're right to go again. The machine effectively has a scrub path of 110 centimetres and it covers some 8,500 square metres per hour, so just over 2 acres per hour. Underneath here we have 2 brushes. As I open up the door, and the scrub deck with these 2 brushes in the middle cover 950 millimetres with a third brush getting it to 110 centimetres. To get the brushes on and off, they simply come off. We have a different array of brushes, anything from polypropylene to a hard nylon to a Tynex brush, for that matter, a pad. To put them back on is simply a matter of pushing them back in. The brushes reset automatically and we close the door. At the back here we have non-marking tyres, which will eliminate any tyre marks on the ground, and the back we have a squeegee. Just repeating it, we have two brushes. Each of these brushes are 17.5 inch or 46.5 centimetres. These brushes spin at 215 revolutions per minute, and the amount of down pressure on these brushes varies from 0 to 120 kilograms of down pressure on the brush. The third brush, which is the auxiliary side brush, has a maximum down pressure of 12 kilograms. These brushes are all actuated through a gearbox, and each of those scrub motors down there are 750 watt, which is extremely powerful for an auto scrubber. In the back here, the machine is driven by two wheels, so this is particularly useful for climbing up hills or in a car park. So they're basically a transaxle down there which just drives the machine down there, and that transaxle itself is from a sweeper model. So the transaxle has been proven for the last 10 years in the big sweepers, and it's actually utilised on this scrubber, which is great to see. The acceleration is 0 to 8 kilometres per hour, so it's pretty decent in terms of speed and pickup. This transaxle has a 25-degree climbing ability, so if you think of the highest incline in a car park, for argument's sake, that's a maximum of 15 to 16 degrees. The transaxle has been designed to push this machine up to 25 degrees, which is insane for any type of automotive scrubber. Okay, this is the squeegee at the back here. It's a pull-off squeegee like this. It's a die-cast aluminium, which is just here. So this squeegee will never ever rust. All the water goes up through here, and it comes up through the vacuum motor into the 260 litre water tank. So there's a vacuum motor up in here. The vacuum motor itself is 590 watt, has a 590 watt motor. It's a 3-stage vacuum fan, which is incredible in terms of water pickup. And to give you an idea of the maximum airflow, it's 30.5.9 litres per second is the water lift, which is incredible. That'll leave any floor perfectly dry as the machine's worked on. There's a heavy duty, and they're really rigid, so that should give you many years of lifespan. So on the machine down here, we have a couple of options down here. This is a spray gun, which allows me to spray water down. And in the event I want to clean a squeegee, I can also clean a squeegee. I can use it for cleaning walls or anything. So basically the 260 litres of water can effectively come through the hose which is there. There is a vacuum wand, so in the event that I want to pick up a big water spill, as you can see here, I've done this deliberately, and I want to pick up all this water, as you'll see in a moment. All I do is I go to the console, I turn on the hose, turns the vacuum on, so by the time I've finished, you can see a perfectly dry floor, from wet to dry. Beautiful dry floors. So the machine is not only a scrubber, it's a pressure washer and a vacuum wand, 3 machines in one. That's incredible in terms of productivity. So you have a couple of choices, different brushes, different battery choices, different options you can get on the machine, but it's all been put together to make it as functional as possible. So when you buy an ASC GT260, you get the pressure washer, you get the vacuum wand, you get everything included. You have this heavy duty reverse bar here to offset against any damage in case you reverse into a wall, but it's all there for you. And on top of that, you get a tray like this to allow you to put your cleaning tools on it. In terms of safety, we have blue lights, we have rotating beacons and a reversing beeper. To operate the machine, it's a very simple process. All we do is turn the key on. The dashboard will turn on. As you can see, it's starting up there. I have 3 functions here. One is auto mode, so if I press this button, everything works. Water goes down, it scrubs and sucks up. So in case I don't want to teach any operators how to operate the machine, all I do is ask them to push that button and come back an hour and a half, 2 hours later when we run out of water. I have 2 other functions down here. One is an eco mode. If I run an eco mode, it basically means that I'm not putting the brushes down as hard. So this will give us a 5 to 6 hour runtime. And if I run on power mode, which would be used for extremely dirty factories, this will put maximum amount of water down, maximum amount of down pressure at 120 kilograms down there. In the event that I just want to suck up water, I simply press this button and it sucks up the water. On this side, I have a button here, which if I push that down, it will pull the scrub brushes out, to the side. This one here raises and lowers the brushes, and this one here will disconnect my brushes. This one down here is a chemical dosing system. By virtue of pushing this button down here, this can actually help me cleaning. So by pushing this down once, this is putting extra chemical down on the ground. So I'm putting 1 litre for every 28 litres of water I'm discharging. If I press it again, it gets to the second mode, which is 1 litre of chemical for every 64 litres of water that's going down on the floor. And the third feature here, which is 1 litre of chemical for every 32 litres of water going down on the ground. So I can effectively monitor how much chemical I'm using, my environmental blueprinting on the ground, as well as the amount of time the water is going to last in the machine. So with the dosing system, which is here, which actually does save a heck of a lot of money and time and actually makes cleaning a lot easier, I'll just show you the canister at the back here. This is our cleaning chemical. We open the door, and this is where we would put our chemical in. So we can effectively fill that bottle up with chemical, and all the chemical will be drawn in there, as opposed to glunking chemical into the clean water tank, which is like so. To fill the unit up, we have a water tank down here. We can put a hose in there, or secondly, we can put autofill down here by virtue of putting a hose down here. This is quite a nice design, because it's very common with all auto scrubbers that these things get lost. So as painful as that is, that's the way it is. So let me just show you now. I have a hose. I can plug that straight in, and I can autofill without even having to touch the cap. When I'm finished, I simply discharge it like so. At the back here, I have my solution tank, and here it is. Just looking in there, holds a massive 260 litres of water down to the very bottom. Operate the machine, all I'm going to do is turn it on standard mode, which is one button press. I have my dispensing chemical going. I can actually increase the amount of down pressure on the brushes. There it is there. I can increase or decrease the amount of pressure on the brushes. I can increase the water by pressing on this button here. So again, functionality means I can adjust the water flow, I can adjust the down pressure. So because this is a good floor, let's reduce the amount of pressure on the ground, and let's reduce the amount of water that we need on the ground. Then all I do is just drive. I can push this button out here, which will extend that side brush out, as you can see it coming out. And I'm just going to drive. And when I'm finished, I turn the off button. It takes 10 seconds. And the job is done. Simple as that. Do before you order your machine. On the machine is stock standard is a Linotex material, but in the event that you're picking up really greasy oil like food fats or oil in the automotive industry, you can get what's called a oil resistant rubber blade. They're European, but they're a very, very good squeegee. Quite a bit, well, they are a little bit more expensive than the standard machines, but standard scrubber squeegees, but they are available. In terms of brushes, which is obviously what people go with, brushes, you have a number of options. You can go for a nylon brush, you can go for a mid-grit polypropylene, you can go for an abrasive brush. In the event that you don't want to use a brush, but you have a beautiful floor like this, you would clearly go to pads, and they're available in many different formats and different colours. The way to get the pads on and off is a very simple process. We simply undo this like this. Just for the sake of the exercise, the pad would go on like this, and this would be squeezed on, connecting the pad onto the brush. But that's how simple that is. The machine uses 2 brushes, 2 of these brushes, and a scrub brush, which looks like that, which effectively gives you 110 centimetre scrub path. This is a stock standard charger, which is a AGM battery, in the event that you want an AGM battery. But if you want the super duper lithium battery, which gives you the extended run time, the extended lifespan, and just generally overall a better fit. This is a lithium charger. This is the smart charger, and this will charge the machine from flat to full in approximately 3 hours for those wanting a 2 or 3 shift operation. So what happens, these are all designed to plug into a standard 10 amp, 15 amp wall if you've got that, and it charges into the machine like yay. That's all it is. So you choose the the brushes that you want. You choose whether you want a lithium or AGM battery, and you choose the options you want. But we've made the optionality really simple at ASC. Whichever ASC you buy, the machine is fully loaded. Seat belt, overhead guard, protection on the side broom, extendable scrub brush, which is stock standard on the machine. You get the blue lights and whatever other safety gadgets are required on the machine. The machine is CE certified, so it's designed to Australian standards. There's no problem with that machine. The machine's been tested now for many years, so reliability is a given. And all your job now to do is simply to drive the machine and enjoy a clean floor. Well, that's what we do at ASC, whether be it a sweeper or a scrubber. The ASC GT260 is another addition to our fine array of scrubbers and sweepers that we have in the field. Thanks for watching.